Hello everyone, it's yet another beautiful episode of the House of Utterance. You're welcome to the House of Utterance. Today promises to be a very wonderful day. We have today in this very artist studio one man I believe that God is using in the music industry, and his name is Pifa. He's a songwriter, he's a producer, and there's so much about what he does that would be interesting for us to be part of today. So I want to make welcome Mr. Pifa. Welcome today. Welcome to the Artist Studio.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, so basically what we do here, we just try to see how we can x-ray societal issues, value systems. We talk about marriage, we talk about music, we talk about God. It's a God-centered platform. And I'm very happy having you today with so much of the music experience.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And basically, you said it all. I'm a music producer, a songwriter. I sing, and wow. I do anything skillful, like anything musically inclined. I do all of those things, right? And I think basically that's it. And you've said it all.
All right. Thank you so much. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Why I'm really happy that you're here today is because of the fact that I know that a lot of people out there, especially young people, they are thinking about, or when they see faces like maybe Dunsin, for example, they see Moses Bliss, I'm getting bigger every day, they see Steve Crown, they see much of maybe Mercy Chinwo, for example, the influence that most of these music ministers actually have, it rubs off on the next generation. A lot of young persons are thinking of, okay, how can I be the next Moses Bliss? Do you have the formula?
So I feel the best person to give that formula is the person of Moses Bliss himself.
All right.
But then we can actually see from some of the things he has done, and from the few other artists that we have on ground. So I feel for you to be in person of Moses Bliss and all, I feel you should. There's so much hard work in place. You understand?
Definitely.
And we know prayer is very important. Prayer is important.
I thought all they did was to pray, and maybe God will just give them one powerful song, the next thing there.
Well, everything is centered around prayer, right? Our life as Christians is centered around prayer. You cannot do away with prayer. So as a Christian, if you are not praying as a Christian as a whole, there's a problem somewhere. Then not talk of you becoming, you want to go into the music industry, because your songs needs to be drawn from the stream of God. You understand? Your songs need to be drawn there. You need to dwell in the presence of God to get songs. You need to dwell more. You understand? So all of these things are tied to prayers. But beyond prayers, there should be balance between prayer and hard work and excellence. You need to balance the two things. So the reason why the hand of God is upon Moses Bliss, I believe the hand of God is upon every believer who is called into the music industry or the music ministry, so to say. But I believe strongly that there are things you need to do. You need to work on excellence. You need to work on your productivity. You need to work hard. Our God is a God of excellence. We sing the song, How Excellent is Our God. His name is excellent. So you need to give out the excellence that the world needs to hear.
You've mentioned excellence. You've mentioned hard work. You've mentioned being skillful. You've mentioned drawing from the stream. I can almost picture what that stream in the spirit looks like.
It's just like going to
the stream of songs.
It's the songs are always there. It's just for you to tap into a realm and just get it.
But can you describe that journey? Like, what's that journey like? Is it an emotional journey or is it a spiritual journey? How do you know that you're actually tapping from the spirit? Because if I have that formula and I know how to get to that spiritual stream, I don't think I want to live there. Maybe I stay there for like 3 months, then I come back and I'm like, man, I'm topping the chart doing this. Well, how do you get to that point where you are really drawing from the stream? Like, is there a consecration level that is required? Or like, can you just give me your thoughts on that?
Okay, so you mentioned consecration, right?
Yes.
And I feel I feel every believer should have a consecration, especially a music minister.
Yeah.
You should have a consecration. You understand? Consecration can be in different forms.
Yeah,
right?
true.
A lot of people just center it to being sexual immorality and all.
Yeah.
But there are other forms of consecration that you need to keep.
Like which ones?
Well,
I'm trying to get the formula, because if people have the formula out there, like anybody can just say, okay, I want to become Dunsin in the next 6 months. They have that formula that Dunsin has used to be where he is, or Moses Bliss formula, Mercy Chinwo's formula. If I even see Moses Bliss formula now, like all those Moses Bliss kind of doings, I won't mind, I will just follow that formula.
I think there is only one formula.
Yeah.
Basically, like we've mentioned before, prayers.
Yes.
You understand? And then staying with God.
Yes.
You understand? Then we have hard work. We have excellence.
Yeah.
You understand? And then we still have then the consecration you are talking about.
Yes.
You understand? So beyond the whole sexual immorality and all, there are people who their consecration, they have to give. The day they stop giving. That's you find them struggling. Giving is also a part of consecration. You understand? But a lot of people center it to just sexual immorality and all. So, but I feel basically, every music minister should keep that aspect
of their lives
intact. That part of sexual immorality, they should keep it intact.
Yeah, because it looks like the devil just has a way of throwing those pebbles at people.
Exactly.
Because sometimes people might not even look for sexual immorality.
Sure.
Sometimes it looks for them.
Exactly.
That's what I think. I don't know if I'm trying to push the blame now to sexual immorality as a spirit individual, but I feel that sometimes you are just on your own, and maybe the devil is bombarding you with thought processes, or maybe you go singing somewhere, all of a sudden, the enemy throws a pebble at somebody, and not everybody has or knows how to prevent some of these things from happening, because I know that the issue of sexual immorality can definitely be a challenge in the music industry that prevents people from, having that beautiful relationship with God and all of that. But let's come back to you. Can you describe your own journey so far?
Wow. Well, it's really not been easy. I would be very honest. It's not been easy because there are a lot of ups and downs. It starts with your people not even believing in you.
Wow.
You understand? Saying all manner of things like you are wasting time.
Wow.
Focus on go to school.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not been easy, like I said. So I think the journey started, for me, I started my music career. I used to be a comedian.
Really?
Yes. And a very good one at that moment.
Wow, we'll still talk about that.
I used to be a comedian, and then I go for shows.
Yeah.
They invite me. I've been to different shows, and they pay me good money.
Yeah.
But there was no satisfaction.
Wow.
I was not satisfied. I was not having that satisfaction in my spirit that this is what I should be doing. So each time I'm playing the keyboard, and there's always this thing like Baba, this is not what you're supposed to do. This is not where you're supposed to be. And then I had to, I think in my 300 level, that was 2018.
Yes.
That was when I had to just, after my exams, I stayed back and I went for a retreat. I said, God.
A personal retreat.
Personal retreat for, I think about 3 to 4 days. I can't remember. I said, God, you need to show me my direction. I think that was when my journey started.
Wow.
And God revealed certain things to me. And he gave me certain names to look out for. 2 names, actually.
Wow.
And when I researched those names, I've never heard of those names before.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. They were
means God was downloading.
Do you understand? When I woke up from the dream, I woke up and God was... I wrote down the names, but I didn't check them because I believe that those names are not in existence since I've not heard them. At least then a friend of mine said, go and check the names. So when I checked the names, I realized that those names actually existed and they were phenomenal people. They are people. So the first person was a comedian, but she's late. She's dead.
Wow.
Understand? Then the second person, I went and researched about him, and lo and behold, this person's life is exactly my life.
Wow.
And so that was where God then said, this is the direction you should follow. And then I started going into music production. I started learning music production. I'd never imagined in my life to be a music producer.
Are you for real?
I've never thought of it.
So that was the day that changed the day. Wow.
I said, okay, God, give me a direction. And I went into music. I said, okay, let me go and learn production. I went into music production and I started. And I saw the ease. That's one thing. When you're on the right path, you find ease. You find favor and you find speed.
That means the right path delivers ease, favor and speed.
You find speed, as all of these things, and you find wisdom will be given to you. With ease, you'll be doing things. I realized that in less than a year, I was getting calls. Baba, come! I need work on this, and international calls and all of those things for production and all. And then in 2019, I had to, when I went back to school. Okay, 2019 I was doing my IT, and then it was not easy because I was not having laptop. So look at the drive and everything. I would download FL Studio in my phone. Anywhere I catch laptop, I'll just install it and work. Wow. That was the drive. I didn't even know what was driving me, but I just knew I was going. And at the course of learning the production, songs were coming. I was learning, I was receiving songs. The more I pray, the more I receive songs. I was with ease.
The beauty. What one thing I'm picking out basically is the discipline to hear God and to take action on the basis of what you hear. I even believe that your decision to say, okay, I want to do a retreat, it was God talking to you.
Sure.
Come to me, my son, I need to talk to you. But most times we get carried away by a lot of things. I believe that God is talking to a whole lot of our viewers out there. There are things that you need to be doing right now that you haven't started. God has been trying to get your attention. Don't wait till the point where you cannot necessarily access God anymore. Try and walk. Bring yourself to the point where you can actually obey God, listen to what He's actually telling you, and spend time with God. So the other thing is, your story is very inspirational, and it shows that you are a man of discipline, because having to hear God, listening to that voice, then taking action, giving yourself just space to be with God for 4 days or 3 days or thereabouts, and then you hearing God. Not only that you heard, you still had the discipline to put down. Because sometimes people hear from God, they don't even put anything down. After a while, they may even forget that anything like that actually ever happened. So in describing all this goodness and the access that God has given to you on your walk with Him, are there certain challenges that music producers or songwriters actually face, in this particular area of gifting, basically?
I feel, okay, so I'm just going to, from my experience and from other people's experience, both as a music producer and as an artist, feel the first and the most vital thing that affects people is the financing.
Money.
And it's very, very important. And I feel when I started my journey, I think the area God was directing me to was the area of wealth. To ensure I had streams of songs, lot of songs on ground, but there was no finances to actually take them out there, because you go to a studio, they will tell you your money is 100,000. Where will I get 100,000? You understand?
Yeah.
But so God actually was directing me in the area of finances. So I went into music production to the major aim of venturing into that place as instructed was to use that as a tool for business.
Okay.
You understand? Learn it, use it as a tool for business in the meantime. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So I used that. I was able to expand myself.
Wow.
You understand? Make money out of it. You understand? And at the end of it, having that finances, you can now channel it to your music career. Many artists,
Wow.
what they fail to do is they just hear song and they run to the studio. Forgetting that they
No
have to
skill sets, no
You
other
understand?
skill sets
No,
within the
nothing.
industry.
They have to pay the producer. They have to pay for promotion. They have to pay for digital stores. They have to pay for artwork. And all of these things need money.
And are all these things you have mentioned now, the songwriter or even the artist, they're not making money yet. Oh,
Yes.
they've not even seen money.
You understand?
Wow.
So you have to, all of these things need financing, whether I like it or not. So I always advise artists before they venture into music industry, I think the first thing you need to look into is the place of wealth creation. Find different skills, different ways of different streams of income.
Yeah.
Many people don't rush into the music ministry and they don't have anything.
There's nothing on ground. There's no service they can provide along the process.
Nothing. And you find them, I think that's the problem. That's where we have problem of artists, let me not even enter. This one is another. We'll now
No, let's enter there now.
We'll now shake a table that we're not supposed to shake.
No, let's shake tables. That's what this is really about. Let's shake the table.
You'll now find artists, bombarding people when they invite them for ministration. They are bombarding with, you bring so amount of money and all of these things. I am not saying
that is bad or wrong.
That anybody doing it he's a sinner. No.
Yeah.
But I feel if the foundation, you lay a very solid foundation of wealth creation, I don't think you have challenge. Because, okay, let's assume now you are into the music ministry and God now said, okay, for 1 year, I don't want you to release a song. I don't want you to go for ministration. Just stay. I don't know if you get the...
I get you.
Now, in this period of 1 year, how do you feed your family? How do you now cater for yourself? You have to still be moving. You have to go to church. You have to do this one. You have to travel. Where will you now get money to transport yourself? Because you've not built any capacity. You've not built any stream of income. Nothing. Your whole attention is this thing. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing. Like someone like Moses Bliss. Moses Bliss has his fashion whatever.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know he was into fashion.
My God, if you check his page, you see beautiful clothes there.
I didn't know he was into fashion. I just know Moses Bliss for his music, basically.
So that's the problem. Many artists think you just go to release a song, let the world hear you.
Yeah.
And then when there's nothing coming in, you now feel frustrated.
So that means what we are looking at right now is that the music space for music ministers, we can look at it from two dimensions. The ministry part of it.
Yes.
And the job part of it.
The job part of it.
That job part of it can be that maybe people are just there for we hear that pastors, they used to pay money for this, and let's blow our page to the point that we can start making money, not necessarily doing ministry. Or maybe some are thinking of it in the ministry angle that we can do ministry. But what do you think is the best approach, really? Especially as some people will say, okay, pastors have the gift of being pastors and all of that, and somehow they're able to generate some level of income. They're in charge of tithes, offerings, all of those things. But I still believe that, I don't even think that it's tithes and offerings that a lot of pastors use to. Yeah, because really, how much do you really want to get from tithes and offering? If you look at the amount of even running diesel, to run a church service and all that, how much are people paying? But that's another story anyways. But what would you think is the best approach to doing the music ministry? What's the best approach according to you, basically?
So, like I said, after your whole relationship with God, the first thing is engage in wealth creation. That one, you can't argue this one with anybody, because all of these things you have here is money. Yes,
it is. Yeah, true.
You don't go to a producer and say, produce for me is the work of God. I will not produce for you. You understand? You will pay me. Because I didn't buy those gadgets I didn't go to the store and say, sir,
Maybe God has one shop somewhere that we don't know. Maybe in Paco, or maybe where people are picking equipment. The God store.
See, take this advice from me.
Yeah.
You just have to create wealth. Have multiple streams of income. My kid brother and my kid sister, there was one thing I did that I called two of them. They are not up to the age of me stop giving them money or not.
Yeah.
I told them that, see, Oga, don't ever ask me for money again.
Yeah.
You are a tailor. Whatever you need for your tailoring business, I will get it for you. Is it industrial machine? I will buy it for you.
Wow.
All I need from you, develop your skills.
Wow.
And be excellent. So that when God call you tomorrow and say, I'm calling you to the nations, you understand?
Yeah.
By then you've built capacity.
Yeah.
You have capacity. You don't depend on anybody. The point here is so you don't depend on anyone. You only depend on God.
Wow.
You understand? And so you now have your stream of income. You have everything. You can, any producer that says your money is 200,000, you withdraw and give the person. And you tell the person, I need my work by so time. The arts person creating the arts, for me, I love excellence. There is nothing anybody will tell me today. I love anything excellent. I love it.
Wow.
If your work is not excellent, I can't relate with you. No matter how spiritual you are. I'm also a spiritual person, but I love excellence. You understand? You have to just be excellent in what you do. And so when you pay the artwork person for your song, you have the right to tell the person, Oga, I don't like this thing, change it.
Yeah. True.
When you pay someone for promotion and you are not seeing the outcome, Oga, I'm not seeing the results I want. Because when we talk about promotion, people think it's canna. Meanwhile, you produce a song, you are singing a song, you are releasing the song. If at all you want the song to be, just keep it. It's your family.
Why would somebody even think that promotion is canna?
A lot of people think like that. They believe
the song, God should push it.
God should push it. I'm telling you, a lot of people believe that when you release a song, it should be heard in the Oga. Do you know how many people have released?
Wow.
Do you know how many people have released song? That's what many people fail to understand. You have to promote your song. Because you didn't release the song so that your family people will hear.
It's to the world.
It's basically to the world. So how do people hear it? By promotion. By promoting it. And then you need to pay digital stores. You need to register your song. You pay them too.
Music is expensive.
Music is expensive. So
is really
anybody that will just come to you and say, no, it's the thing. Oh God, that person is not ready for music yet. Music is expensive.
Yeah, the next thing I want to really touch on briefly is, we're in a world where people are beginning to collaborate more. Even when you look at secular songs, you might see Davido, you see Chris Brown, you see Wizkid, you see Chris Brown, you see Beyonce. Like, artists in the secular space are doing a lot of collaboration. Do you see that a lot in within gospel music?
Is it okay?
Because I'm thinking, like, I know that there was a song. I don't know why we're just talking of Moses Bliss. There was one of his songs that he did. My children sing it a lot. I can't necessarily remember the song, but he did that song like in a wood factory or something where they were on all these lumber jackets and all that. Yeah. And I saw another name, maybe Moses Bliss featuring this person. Something like that. Like, do we see that a lot, within gospel music?
I feel we should have more of that.
Okay.
Because the aim, unless they have the different motive, right?
Yeah.
I feel the aim here is to spread the gospel.
Wow.
In any means available. We should spread the gospel. Any tool you have, you understand? Use it
to further the gospel.
You just use it. So the world understands these things better.
Yeah, true.
So that's why they collaborate with people outside and all, because they want to spread something. And so I think I love what's happening now. We are doing that right now. It's not like we are copying from the world now, but I feel that's how it should be. When you look at the disciples and the apostles in the scripture, you know, it's not more of collaboration now. When they see someone catching fire, they hold him. Oh yeah, come, let's go.
Yeah, sure.
When they see this one, oh yeah. The aim is when they see a fire, if you leave it to quench.
True.
If there is no proper atmosphere to retain that fire, it will quench. So the aim is when we see this person burning, we hold him, let's explode. But the aim is not to become popular. The aim is to share the gospel. Let the gospel be spread abroad.
Okay. Finally, as we begin to round up, what do you see for the gospel music industry, maybe within the next couple of maybe 4, 5, 10 years?
I feel the world is not yet ready for what is coming.
Wow.
There are a lot of amazing artists.
Wow.
Lot of singers on ground that are warming up.
Wow.
So what we hear now is like
the tip of the iceberg.
I'm telling you.
That's really nice. I'm happy to get that feedback.
I'm telling you, I've heard a lot of artists. When I record some artists, I'll be like, God, where have you been?
Wow.
What's keeping you? And then I just remember, God is still cooking this one. When it's done, the world is not ready. I'm telling you, all of these things that we are hearing now is like,
I mean, there's more to come.
There's more. Sometimes you hear a song and you're like, where did this guy get this song from? Or where did this lady get this song from? How did they craft it?
This is it Ebuka songs. This song he did, I Will Pray. You know, that song was really, it's a healing song. There are a lot of songs beyond necessarily communicating God. It's healing. Like you listen to some songs, there's no way depression can be around you.
Sure.
You hear some songs like if you are feeling suicidal, if you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling moody, if you are feeling like all hope is lost, like there's so much restoration. Sometimes you necessarily may not even have to pick up your Bible to read maybe a random provision or a random verse in the Bible. You just need to put yourself under that inspiration of certain gospel songs and you can almost get your healing instantaneously. So it's really beautiful, and I'm happy with what you personally are doing in the industry. And one of the beautiful things that I feel that our viewers should take home from this interview has to do with what you talked about, wealth creation, the world creation aspect of it. If you're a music person, let it not just be that you are trading your voice. Go and find out what are the skill sets within the music industry that you can get that can actually pay you, so that you can have funds enough to pay producers to do all of those things, and you don't necessarily have to now wait something that can take you a month to do. You are waiting for over 2 years. You don't have a song out because you don't have a skill.
Honestly, not just in the music. It can be anywhere. Life generally. Like, so because some people can misunderstand this thing you just said now.
Okay.
So because you said in the music sphere, because we are not in the music industry. We're in the music ministry.
Okay.
Because some people can misunderstand. You see, these people, they can misunderstand things. I think, and then you find them saying, they said it, let's go, and then you see them charging when they go for ministrations. You know, their center of everything will be to collect money from people. You know, I basically have 5 things, right, that I always say to people: artists, make wealth. If you cannot create wealth, at least create value. And by value, I mean engage your social media. Let people know you for what you do. A lot of people, when you go to their social media, today they are posting about music. Tomorrow they are I sell cheap data. Next tomorrow, you understand? Next tomorrow they are selling wig. You know, or they are selling clothes. No. Like for me, I have a different page for my production page. Like I post beats. I post anything that has to do with production, remake, and all of those things. I post it there. Then when you come to my official page, it has to do with each time I go for administration, do covers, and you know, anything musically inclined. You know, so you need to engage your page, because when you have value, even the producers would want to work for you for free. You don't have to pay. There are people that I've worked for that I didn't collect a dime. Not because I don't value other people, but because I've seen their page and they are really doing something.
Yes.
So I would love to partake in what they are doing.
Yeah.
So you have to wealth, value, and then you need to know yourself. Know yourself. Understand your kind of voice.
Yes.
There are people that cannot. They want to just do everything. But your voice is not sweet on Afro. You want to do Afro by force. Your voice is not sweet on rock. You want to do rock by force. Understand your kind of voice and work with it. And then the fourth thing is, and this I find it very, very with artists. Artists don't connect with each other. They are always forming. They want to be organized. By organization, I mean they want to make sure that, okay, this is me. I don't. When they find out that you are not doing things that are related, they just. But you see, producers are always. That's why producers go far, very quick.
Yeah.
You find them spreading very fast than artists. Why? Because producers connect well with each other, and they connect well with artists.
So artists have to learn how. They
have to learn how to connect with people, and then the last thing is you have to keep strategic relationship. Artists tend to what do they call it now? They tend to break relationship easily. They are not sensitive enough to relationships.
Wow.
They are not.
Wow.
Most artists are not, especially the upcoming ones. They don't know when to stop talking. They don't know when to talk. They don't know when to pull back.
Yeah.
They are just doing things. And there's no organization.
They are doing things and waiting for God to crown their efforts with success.
It's not like that. You have to make sure that everything is on point.
Yeah. Thank you so very much, Mr. Pifa. We're really excited to have you in the studio today.
Thank you so much.
And I just want to say a brief prayer like I always do on all the content I do. My prayer basically is that God will open up new frontiers for you to find expression. Amen. That He will bring you to a place where your voice will be heard, your voice will be reckoned with for His purpose. And that He would align you with strategic relationships that will take you from this point where you are to the next level that you want to go to. I also pray that you find time to go back to God, you know, to receive for the next level.
Sure.
Because I believe that that's also very important. When God talks in the now and one has taken action on the basis of the things that God has said, I always feel that there is still need to always remember to go back to God, to go and hear for the next maybe 5 years, the next 10 years. And who is the best strategist basically in the world? It's God the Father at the end of the day. God gives us the best strategies that we can ever imagine. And thank you for being on the program. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm very grateful.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.